What's up, everybody? It's your boy Rico No Suave. Otra vez, mi gente. I am back for another great Heart of Hollywood magazine, and I hope you guys are ready to. Oh wait, man. I celebrate my birthday on December 7th, so this is special to me. And it's so awesome because you got the holidays coming up, and then you got interviews coming up, and you just want to celebrate with everybody. So today is actually extra special as far as for me as well as for you and everybody that's actually tuning in. Hey everybody, if it's your first time on the Heart of Hollywood magazine interview series with your boy Rico No Suave, this is going on number 10, the 10th episode. It's all about entertainment, actors, actresses, influencers, musicians, producers, directors, everything that has to do with film, but also activists and people that's influencing the world to get better. But it's me, your boy Rico No Suave. Also, if you're on Facebook, go to YouTube, subscribe to Heart of Hollywood Media. If you're on YouTube, go to Facebook, Heart of Hollywood Magazine. Everybody, I only got 25 minutes of fame going on here, and I got this guy that's already famous to me in my eyesight. It's the group, everybody. Hey, this gentleman has written for the Black Eyed Peas, some songs for the Black Eyed Peas. He's also bringing up as far as this Zupa hot flavor with none other than ZupaNova with his co-partner already. His name is Davey Brown. Hopefully he'll be able to join us. But my man is too raw for TV. I want you guys to stand up, even go on Spotify and look up the group and just play this song while we got this interview in the background. Everybody, put your hands together for my man. His name is Rossell. It's ZupaNova in the house. Here we go. Let me bring him in. Is he there?
Hey, how's it going, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? Happy holidays. Thank you for having us on here, man. Good to see you again, Rico.
It's always good to see you, man. Always good to see you, bro.
Happy belated birthday to you. Yeah, thank you. Happy belated birthday to you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, sir.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I feel 25 going on 26. That's what's right now.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Feeling good, and we're entering the last month of the year, and it's just been an extraordinary year, and looking forward to the new upcoming year. And I couldn't be more grateful and thankful, and just with all that's going on in the world, you just gotta step back sometimes and be like, you know what, it's all right. Things are all right, you know what I mean? Compared to what people are going through and all that's going through, I'm doing all right.
Yes, sir. It's that Zupa vibe, baby. It's that Zupa vibe. And if everybody don't know, there's going to be a lot of Zupa words going on up in here. So they got to get used to it. They got to get used to it, baby.
It's a Zupa vocab and a Zupa world that we're going to get into. That's right.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to have you again, man.
Thank you. We got some Zupa love to share, so let's get into it.
Let's do it. All right, let's talk about a little bit of history, right? We'll summarize your history up, but of course, you played a big part in regards to some of the singers and also the people that was in Black Eyed Peas. Now, of course, these are big accolades for yourself as a producer, as a writer. If you can really summarize that up when it comes to you writing for the Black Eyed Peas, and also what was your mindset in regards to the music and the words that you actually written for them?
Well, first of all, it's a different world, today compared to what it was then. But speaking out there to the viewers, it's really about getting out there and networking, and not only loving what you do, but getting around people who love what they do too, and associating with people who are in the same world that you want to be in, the same field, the same career that you want to be in. And so to make a long story short, going into the same clubs, and we're running to will.i.am, who was Lil 1X all the time. We're running to Apple the App and everything like that. We were running to each other so much. It was just like, oh, this is something to you, and to seeing you here all the time, and was invited over to their studio and basically was there able to have the experience of writing, learning how to produce, and touring and doing a whole lot. We went into creating a group, a
Yeah.
crew, and all of that's really about who you surround yourself with. And
Yeah.
being around them just really inspired me to become an artist of my own and to
Yeah.
develop a group of my own self as well, which is ZupaNova. And
Yeah.
so it's really about who you surround yourself around. Like Will say, like it's the five people you surround yourself around the most are who you're going to aspire to be. So
Yeah.
that is pretty interesting, analogy or a way of looking at how you approach things in life, because you want to surround yourself around the right people who are going to influence you to do the right thing and bring out the best in you. And
Yeah,
so
I really like that. I like that because it gives you a super vibe. You know what I mean?
that's
That
the
super
vibe.
vibe that actually gives you, man. And it's just a lot of positivity behind it. And it's so cool that you know how you connect your vibe with other people, right?
Yeah.
And also he actually saw something within you, which was awesome. And
Yeah.
I think that was great with the conversations. How did the conversation start up in regards to you guys, or you actually starting to like write music? Because as a artist that you got influenced, how did that work with you getting inspired to move forward with that?
For one, it's just being in the atmosphere, being around the work. And,
Mm.
when it comes to that creativity, if there's an open door for input,
Yeah.
then there's that chance for you to provide your ideas. And so Will I Am, when you in the studio working with them, was always open to for input. And the one thing I really liked about the like when we were hanging out and coming out, the funny thing was it was very competitional. And so that competition gained the respect to be like, okay, you should be hanging out with us, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so that when it came to the studio, not only was that the friendship, the competition of, oh, who could come up with the best flow or who could come up with the best riff or anything like that, was always an open door. Because obviously creating what they did and what they created, it was just, you wanted the best of the best to come together to create the best artwork that was
Yeah.
there. And so he was very open to input. And for all the ten artists that are in the studio, we're all competing to write the best verse or write the best line or do different things like that, which, like, oh, that's it, that'll work. And so just being in that competitional, friendly welcoming environment is
Yeah.
kind of like what birthed what is, in a
You know,
sense.
I want to say one thing out of that because it's almost like you guys were in a group session and
Yeah.
you were in a group session of brainstorming of what was best to move forward.
Right.
And,
That's a good way to
and
put it.
I love that because it's almost like you had like a battle of words, and it wasn't really a battle of words, but you knew that, hey, the content that we're bringing up is going to make this successful, and we might be able to use some of that in the archives as
Yeah.
well too, like the secret files or the X files. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
or the Zupa files. You know what I
The
mean?
super files, yeah. And it's not like every time, it would be perfect. It's like, half of the time you're dropping ideas that didn't work, or somebody's coming up with something better. So in other words, it makes you want to go back
Yeah.
and come back harder, or come back with something. All right, well, all right, you got one on me, but watch what I come with next. That kind of thing.
Yeah. That's hot, man. That's hot. That's super
Yeah,
hot right there. I mean,
yeah.
that's like beautiful because it's kind of like a like from then. What year was that when you actually was when you guys were in that circle?
I would say 94, 95, when it
Okay.
really, like, that's, we're talking about Behind the Front, the first album,
Yeah.
and then going into the second and third album.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was the whole, because I knew them before even the Black Eyed Peas.
Right. Okay.
They had a group called Afghan Clan, and they were signed to Ruthless Records. So
Yeah.
even back then, it was a whole complete different group from the Black Eyed Peas, which it was Mook, Apple the App, and Will I Am.
Yeah.
And so basically, they had their own crew. And
Right.
so when Easy E passed away,
Right.
then they lost everything. And so
Mhm.
to be around at that time to see how they lost their deal and they had to start reset and start all over. He was back to doing demos and trying to get
Wow.
picked up and signed as an artist. So they had to create a whole new group. And they were creating Black Eyed Peas. You know, he had Taboo now in the group
Yeah.
instead of Mook. And but Mook has always been around.
Yeah.
And basically, Black Eyed Peas started a whole new path for him. And so he
Yeah.
needed really all the help of his friends and everybody to really push through the challenges because at that time and era, you know, you're talking about Tupac and a lot of people were popping. Nobody was really trying to hear backpack rapping and all this positive stuff.
Right.
And so they were trying to find a way how they could be successful in
Yeah.
that type of climate. And you know, at the end of the day, there's an audience for everything. And
Yes,
so
sir.
it just the label. It took time for the label to really and for them their ambition and you know just to not give up to find how it clicked and eventually get their shot.
Yeah. That's
But
hot.
a lot of people don't even realize, you know, how many setbacks and how hard it was for them to do that, and they just never gave up. And so I hope everybody kind of has that ambition within themselves to not give up. And if you really enjoy and love what you're doing,
Yeah.
keep pushing forward.
Yeah, and those are some really great words, especially coming from you, sir, because you actually knowing exactly those obstacles to be able to see what other people go through is a life lesson for yourself of
Yeah,
understanding that there's going to be situations that you're going to actually have to accomplish or get
right.
over as well. Now, the
Yeah.
focus is definitely on you. I wanted people to know exactly what influenced you back in the day, but also you influence others. Now focus on you and
Well,
ZupaNova,
it,
baby.
it comes back to us because you're talking about it's a learning experience really, and I
Yep.
feel like the whole experience is a learning lesson
Yes,
because
sir.
now you can't depend on record labels like they had. They were fortunate to get signed to a major record label. Now
Yeah.
you have a world where it's about your independence and really doing it yourself. So it's a different world. So
Yeah.
that I feel like was basically a learning experience and something that in this new world and climate where we're pushing to be independent and doing
Yeah.
it ourselves. You
Yeah.
know, if you see it, how hard it is for a group and individuals like that, what challenges that we can be facing independently, but
Yeah.
what opportunities there is as well as what you can gain being independent because you can really do things that even sign artists weren't able to do because
Right.
they may be under restrictions due to what the label wants from them. So
Right.
us as independent artists, you know, it's a learning lesson to learn if you have the opportunity from situations like that. So how are you going to apply it to what we're doing and
Right.
what we've done? So speaking with ZupaNova, it was like, okay, just from the network, from being around individuals like that, we were able to access the people that were around them to be
Right.
around us. And so that took us around the world to tour in Asia and go to the Philippines and Singapore and to
Yeah.
Hong Kong and
Mhm.
to really take what the writing and the production aspect of being around them and apply it to what we're doing creatively and how we write songs and how we're approaching music and everything that we want to do with our career and maybe even some things that they weren't able to do that we can do
I
because
think
we're independent.
I like that because the influence of the Black Eyed Peas, also, if you kind of listen to some of your music from ZupaNova, it actually has that influence of that hyper. Like I was working out listening to your song, and it was just to a couple of your songs, but it was just it was just that beat. Like you
Yeah.
just want to work out more. When I was
Yeah.
listening to it, I'm like, man, that vibe is such kind of the influence of the Black Eyed Peas, but you guys kind of have your own flavor because it's your voice
Right.
and your voice
Right.
makes it different, right? But that
Yeah.
beat
Yeah.
is sick, man. The beats are
Thank
sick.
you.
I ain't gonna lie.
That's all. That's all. That, Davy Brown. My partner.
Yes, sir.
He has his sound. He's got his vibe, and he's a self-taught musician and
Yep.
producer. And
Hmm.
so, he's able to really do a lot of different genres. And I think being around, like BEP, how diverse they were, that
Yeah.
inspired, okay, we can be diverse like that too, and not
Yes.
just be in one lane. And so that's one thing that really drives our creativity, is
Yeah.
knowing that there's no limit to what approach in music we can do.
That's that
You know?
brainstorming right there. That's that
Yeah,
brainstorming, right? It's that session. But now the groups are not as big as what they used to, but
right.
your influencers are still there where you just have to pick up the phone. But back in the day, man, we used to come in circles, man, and we used to hash it out right then and there. And I kind of miss it's kind of feeling like when you go to your mom's basement, right? In your mom's basement, and you guys downstairs just brainstorming what can we do next to get better. Nowadays it's like, hey man, hit me up on Zoom, or let's just do FaceTime and we'll talk about it. And it kind of loses that personal touch, some. But I'm like back in the day with the circle, man. I'm like, listen, let's have a meeting, let's talk, let's sit around the table, let's see what we can do to basically make things happen. I think you hash out a lot more that way.
It's interesting because I liked groups back then too. I like the Wu Tangs, I
Yeah.
like the BBDs and all of
Yeah.
that. And it's so now you don't really see that nowadays and stuff like that. Maybe more in pop, but you
Yeah.
have like ASAP Rocky and his crew. You got crews, a lot of crews and stuff like that.
Right.
Not as
Right.
much groups. But I think
Right.
like if ASAP Rocky came out with a group with everybody, that might be, a big album right there. I mean, you have like Young Money.
Yeah.
Young Money had their crew, but you have so much ego sometimes and so much different personalities. I know
Yeah.
it's tough to sometimes be a group and do things like that. It really have That's why you can't really put together a group. It has to be something that's natural and something that is like, works as a synergy.
And you guys are natural. You and Davy Brown are natural, bro. Like when we were talking before, it's just like you guys are clicking. You click
Yeah.
every minute. Like I know that if there's a disagreement, there's a compromisation there, right? It's at home. If it doesn't work this way, okay, let's see how this works. Oh man, that was awesome. Let's move forward. That's the
Yeah.
vibe I get for you and Davy, right?
Yeah.
Just by
Yeah.
talking to you both, right? So
Yeah.
where is ZupaNova right now? What you guys doing now?
So we just actually did a festival in West Covina opening up for Apple the app last weekend. We also did a Starverse event, which is an event that
I saw that.
we co-produced along with Allure Talent and Rising Stars. Shout out to Lulu Nina
All
and Mia
right.
Mahal.
Salute.
And
Yeah.
that just turned out to be something really unique and special. It's like a theatrical fashion concert. So it was
Wow.
something that was a futuristic theme. And we brought together talents from here all the way to the Philippines and Korea,
Yeah.
dancers, models, singers, and rappers. And it was a fun event. They really, the audience, it was something new for them. They were coming out dressed futuristic and everything like that. And the talent there, they just really loved how we had something different where they could be in their element and out of the element at the same time.
Yes.
So we're going to do that again next year. We plan on doing it annually.
Okay.
And last night did a performance for Miss Philippines USA. They had a fashion show that we
Okay.
did. And so next coming up, we have me and Davey just have a catalog of songs that we're ready to just flood out into the
Let's
market
go.
and push
Let's
out.
go. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, and then not only that, we're also in talks with some producers to open up for the Black Eyed Peas at the Greek Theater in April. So
Okay.
yeah, so that could be coming up in April. So
Okay.
yeah,
Hey, bro, you gotta let me know when that is because
yeah,
I might have to come on down. I have to come on down
come
for that.
on down. We got to get it zooped up.
You gotta get it
So
zoom out.
we got to get it zooped up. Like you said, you're moving closer to Hollywood now. This is the time to actually be here
Yes,
in
sir.
Hollywood. Greek Theater. Let's go.
That's hot, man. Yeah, you got to send me more information about that. We definitely would
I
love to
will.
be on set for that. That'd be hot.
As soon
That'd be
as
super
everything
hot
is
right
locked
there.
down and good, I'm gonna hit you up and we're gonna get it all, going and arranged out. So be
Yeah,
on the
man.
lookout. Yeah.
That's gonna be hot, man. Well, congratulations on that, man, because
Thank you.
I know 2023 is gonna be a big year for
It's gonna
all of
be a
us.
big year.
It's going to be a big year for all of us. I think we got past the pandemic, and the pandemic held us back in regards to our mentality, making
Yeah.
sure we get everything gathered up because when it was time for us to flood the gates, it's time to flood the gates in 2023. So,
Right. Right.
you as a producer, you as a writer, I may have asked you this question before, just in conversation wise. When it comes to writer's block, what do you do when it comes to writer's block?
Uh, I think writer's block. I think sometimes you have to get inspiration from like the most unexpected places sometimes,
Yeah,
and you got to kind of be open to anything you see and hear because
yeah,
I know sometimes, like many times, we're trying to come up with a song and somebody may say something out of the blue and you're like, that's it, that's the hook. I may say something and somebody points it out like that was dope what you just said. That
yeah,
was dope. I'm like, what did I say? They're like, that right there, whatever, and it comes, you have to have be really open minded because I think when we have writer's block, we get
yeah,
into tunnel vision in a sense
yes,
because you're really trying to pull from one spot. But
yeah,
you sometimes gotta have a shotgun attitude or shotgun kind of perspective where it can come from anywhere. Usually that the idea might be literally right in front of your face on something that's on a piece of paper written something on the table.
yes,
And so for me, I like to pull from what the song, the feeling of the song. But if there is no song, or let's say, for example, you may hear it from anything, from the radio, from the TV, or from anywhere. You just got to be creative and open enough sometimes to be like, hey, there was something there. Now,
yeah,
how can we twist it into this? And a lot of people are doing cover songs. Like I hear a lot of songs where people are taking parts from songs from that have already been done. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
so,
yeah. I
what is
hear
that?
that too.
Did they have a writer's block, or were they intentionally really wanting to use that part of the song?
Yeah,
And
I look
so,
at that. I look at that piece as if you're going to use somebody else's pieces of a song, that's
yeah,
got to be out of respect. You know what I mean? It got to be
right,
out of. It
right,
has to mean something to say
yeah,
something like that, right?
yeah.
If you're a meaningful writer as well. Hey, I got a crazy question for you. You ready? You ready for this?
Ready, ready.
All right. Have you ever dreamed of writing in your sleep and wake up and you're like, man, what was that word that I had in my dream? Have you ever dreamed anything like that? Like just came out of nowhere, like man, you dream yourself writing and you know you were thinking about something. When you wake up, you're like, man, what was that? What was that word? Or what was that I was dreaming?
It probably happens more than often, especially dreaming about being on the stage and you rocking a crowd of 20,000. You wake up and you're in your room like, what? That felt so real. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that there's been hooks or something I've been dreaming of and waking up and I'm like, damn, what was that hook? I need to write that down or something. But I'm always big on hooks and everything like
Yeah.
that. That's one of my things I love to write is hooks.
That's cool, Russell. You know, the one thing is that, you know, sometimes, you know, me as an MC, right? Because not an MC
Yeah.
like the MC just announcing, right? You know,
Right.
sometimes
Yes,
I'll be
yeah.
going to sleep, bro, and I'll be like, man, this gotta be on point. And I will dream it as
Yeah.
if I'm on stage and I'm announcing. And I
Right.
wake up, I might wake up with a little sweat on my, I'm like, man, where was I at when I
Yeah.
announced it, you know?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I bet, man. I can only imagine. I actually had started venturing into MCing a little bit this year because during the summer we did the Asian Fall Festival. So I
Okay,
hosted that event. And
okay.
that was very interesting and challenging because as a brother, I'm announcing all of these Asian names, Japanese and Korean, that I'm not really skilled to really do it, but I'm trying to do my best. But
Yeah.
it was a great experience, and it showed me a lot of love. And they're going to be doing it again next year. And it was at the Santa Anita racetrack, so they had horse races that were going on during the same time as we're doing a concert.
Oh wow.
So
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. So it was fun. It
That's
was a good
interesting.
experience.
That's
But I
interesting.
would, being one of the only brothers in the whole event, it would kind of have me sweating just a little bit, kind of like that dream a little bit. Like I better get this right. But it was a great experience, and one thing I've learned is to try to step out of the bubble
Yes.
and have presence in
Yes.
different other communities
Yeah.
because they want us there. You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
They want
They
us.
do.
They want us there, and they don't have us. And they're all doing hip hop. They're all doing R&B, but you don't see a lot of brothers in those environments. So,
Yes.
you
Yeah.
know, getting out in those environments and networking and building that network has been something that has been like amazing as far as super amazing
Super
when it
amazing,
comes
baby.
to what we're doing and growing our brand and our
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah. Speaking of super amazing, there's some super amazing people that's commenting right now. And Anita Lane says, clapping her hands, saying, congratulations.
Thank
James
you.
James Dunn is giving a big, the big arms, kissing the big arms with the gun.
Hey, what's
And,
up, fam?
and of course, your co-partner is actually a partner in crime is here on us with Davy Brown, gives us the
Yeah,
super bomb, and he says backstage. He in the backstage right now, giving some love.
right. Yeah, yeah. What's up, Davey?
Yeah, man.
Davey
So
Brown.
we're down to 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes of fame. We can talk all day. Me and you, man. We can talk all day about some great stuff. But
Yeah, we can.
one thing that I do want to commend you and also Davey in regards to being super hot, man. You guys has taken it to the next level, and I can't wait to do some things with you guys, man. Because you guys have this style, bro. You guys have this style where it's so hyper. That's me. Like when I'm
Yeah,
emceeing, I'm like this
yeah,
hyper guy, man. Like they're like, where did this guy come from? And I'm like, yo, this Zupa, I'm just Zupa hot right now. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
it's all about that Zupa love.
That's
Before I
right.
let you go, my man, there's a lot of youth that's out there that really looks up to you, or there's people that might be watching this that's looking up to you. What encouraging words can you give them in regards to them if they wanted to start their own group as well?
Well, I want them to know that, the universe, the creator, God, or whatever you want to call it, may put everything that you need is probably already around you. And it's
Yeah.
just really you identifying that.
Yes.
Because you may have, like, going to school, you may have an editor. You may, if you don't produce, you may have somebody there that does beats. If you
Yeah.
don't write, you may have somebody that's a good writer.
Yeah.
For us, we had, you know, the Fergies and the Will.i.ams and all of that around us. But
That's all.
unless you're surrounding yourself around those people, or really looking uh, at the opportunity and the value that people that is around you, you'll miss it.
Yeah.
So usually, all that you need is already there. And one thing that is important is having your own self confidence. It's easier said than done, but everything that is already within you. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of people, you'd be surprised, all the people who fake it till they make it, that just they're telling themselves that they're good enough, and everybody is good enough.
Yeah.
And so basically, it's really about seeing the good not only in yourself but in others, and surrounding yourself around the right people who really aspire to do the same thing, and
Yeah.
building a team. Because
Yeah.
so you can't really do everything yourself, even though we have these tools. You
Right.
you need a team. And
Right.
one thing you need to do is network, and build a network that's going to support and be a part of what you're doing. One thing that me and Davey did was we started going to the local community commerce. Go to those meetings when they have
Yeah.
the city commerce meetings.
Yeah.
Go to those meetings. They all love music, and there's money there. And
Yeah.
so they started inviting us out to the nonprofit events and different things like that to start building a network. And
That's
so shout out to Jeff, our CEO, and we met him and Maria, and so they really supported the love what we're doing, and it brought us to connecting with the Miss Philippines USA, and
yeah.
so they brought us out to perform every single year since 2019. And
That's
so
hot.
that the community itself has shown us a whole lot of love. And so that's what I would recommend, is to stepping out the bubble,
Yeah.
and giving other ears your creative gift, your God gift.
Yeah.
Share your God gift with your work, with the world, and even with people that you wouldn't think would love it, they would probably love it.
That's man, Rossell, too raw for TV, bro. I mean, you're hitting the super hot words because it's all about networking, right? It's
Yeah.
all about stepping out of that bubble. So, man, thank you so much for being on the show, man.
Thank you for
I'm
having
definitely
us.
going to have you back next year as far as on the show because we want to see exactly, what's going on. We might even do a live together. You know what I mean?
Let's do it. Yeah.
We might just do it. But I want to congratulate you and my man Davey Brown, who's
Baby
backstage right
Brown.
now, backstage with the pass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
man. So I
Yeah.
want to thank you so much, man. I want you to continue to do the best always, bro. We're back here with Zupa hot words for you, Zupa positive words, and just keeping it Zupa real, man. So thank you so much, bro.
Hey, I want to thank you, Rico, and Hearts of Hollywood. Thank you
Yeah,
guys so much, your audience. Super love to each and every one of you. You know, keep your head up, keep moving forward. And it's like one thing, I say we've been set back, set up, we've been let down, but we never let up. And that's
that's
just one
right.
thing I advise for everybody. Just don't give up. And yeah, we all here for a reason.
That's right. Everybody, that's my man Rossell,
Thank you.
ZupaNova, Davey Brown. My man, thank you so much for being on the show, man. I'll talk to you
Salute.
later, okay?
I'll talk to you soon. Stay blessed up.
You too, my man. Bless up.
All right, brother. Bless
Yes.
up. Peace.
You already know, everybody. That was my man. That was my man. Oh man, my man Rossell, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. Another great Monday with another great positivity back end of nothing but great musicians. Davey Brown, my man Rossell, ZupaNova. You already heard it, and you heard it here on the interview series, Part of Hollywood. Everybody, thank you guys so much for tuning in today for another great show. And of course, we went a little bit over to give you a little bit more positivity. But thank you guys for your support. And once again, if you're on Facebook, make sure you go to YouTube, go to Heart of Hollywood Media. If you're on YouTube, go to Facebook at Heart of Hollywood Magazine. And don't forget, they have a printed magazine as well too. If you want to be within that as well, make sure you take get in contact with them. DM, either or. Make sure you do it on Facebook. Send them a message, everybody, and they will get back to you right away. Once again, everybody, it is your boy Rico No Suave. I'll see you guys next Monday with another great guest for the Heart of Hollywood Magazine. Until then, everybody, I'll see you guys later. Darling.